So Carl, tell me about your current and future state of automated abrasive processing.
Yeah, this is one of our big things at 3M. And in July, in Minneapolis, we had the Grinding and Finishing Conference.
A huge success.
Huge success, absolutely. We couldn't have done it without the A3. And we're bringing that back by popular demand. We'll be on every other year cycle. So we look forward to that event again.
Such a great event.
In 2025. And in that, that's what we call kind of a last mile application. A lot of we're finding our industrial customers, especially metalworking, they're not even aware that this is possible. People tend to think of grinding, polishing, finishing, deburring as sort of this dark art that only highly skilled operators can do, and certainly that's been the case over the years. But the cost of sensor technology, force control, and the robots themselves, the computing bandwidth is there now. There's so many things we can do in those applications and it's kind of the genesis of 3M's real entry into this space is that if you think about 3M, it's tape, it's glue, it's film, it's grinding, polishing media, and all of that tends to be laid down or applied by human operators. But our customers are telling us, they just can't find people that really want to do that anymore. And I think as well, grinding especially, it's the classic dirty, dull, dangerous job. And so we're really excited about that one, no doubt.
It's an incredible step forward in industry to be able to automate these processes.
Yeah.
It's really exciting.
Right. Yeah, and what we need, the A3's help, what we're working on with Jeff, obviously Dana, Alex, and Robert and the team is raising that awareness that applications like grinding and finishing will someday start to approach these mainstream applications with arc welding, assembly, dispensing, more mainstream robotic applications. We want this application to be more of a mainstream application, and a lot of it is using this great platform that we have with the A3.
Absolutely. Can you give me an example of how you work with partners to help solve an end user challenge?
Oh yeah. Well, lots of different partners out there, and we call it the ecosystem, because really, 3M, we make good consumables, if you will, but really our value add with our customers and our partners is our domain expertise, our technical knowledge around these applications. I mean, one shout out, no doubt, would be the team from FANUC, and then our friends, the big FANUC integrator, Acme Manufacturing. We're constantly partnering with both FANUC and Acme. And then on a lot of many occasions, there's a company here, PushCorp in Dallas, Texas, and so that's kind of 4 companies coming together to solve a customer problem. And if it's grinding a weld or taking a medical an implant, like in the Warsaw, Indiana area, bringing that up to a mirror finish, so it can be used in it goes into somebody's body, as surgery. Those 3 companies are very important partners to us. There's a lot of them, other ones out there too, but those are certainly 3 that come to mind.
What makes that relationship amongst those companies or with each of them work so well?
Yeah, well, I think, no doubt it's trust. That's where it really comes together, and the trust is built up over years of relationships, and I'd say all 3 of those companies, PushCorp, FANUC, Acme Manufacturing, we've had over 30 years working together with those companies, and so now that those applications and this robotics thing is really taking off, we've been able to go even faster, and I think that it's hard to describe, because I think people tend to think, well, you can just look up people on the internet and connect the dots, and it's not true at all. I can pick up the phone and call the bosses or the key people at those 3 companies. They know who I am. I know who they are. We've worked on projects for years, and it's just a very, very productive environment, and it's one of our most important things. Tomorrow, Adi, my boss, is talking on the panel, and she's going to talk about this, that we can't do it on our own. We need partners, and there's a lot of those classic partners, like I mentioned, but then we have our new partner, which has been another A3. Jeff introduced us, our friends at GrayMatter Robotics, the startup.
Yep.
They're here too.
Ariane
Brule, yeah. They're a startup. It's a different kind of relationship, but equally important to our future.
Well, thanks to our great members companies like 3M, and to your leadership and dedication over the years.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here today, Carl.
Really enjoyed it.